Wala pa nga kami kahit alam mo saan. Yung mga anak na anak ko din, wala.
37-year-old Maricel Valenzuela and her family will sleep out in the open in the coming nights. They are among the hundreds of informal settlers whose homes were demolished at Pag-asa compound in Barangay Culiat, Quezon City.
Okay, sana kung meron kahit man lang financial, makaalis na kami dito bago man lang giniba. Ginigiba nila, nandito pa kami.
They defended their homes by throwing slabs of cement, glass bottles, and even human waste at demolition teams. But they were no match for the anti-riot police. The residents insist the land was donated to them by a certain Alan Bantilo. Authorities say, however, they are implementing a court order to remove the settlers to protect the rights of the property's real owner.
Well, yun ang sabi nila, pero ang pinanigan ng court ng Branch 98 is si El Monte Picache.
The local government says it can't provide relocation since the demolition was initiated by a private entity. This literal demolition job is a microcosm of the housing problem that is hounding Metro Manila. The national authority estimates there are about 500,000 informal settlers living in the capital. This is expected to rise as more people flock to Metro Manila because of lack of opportunities in the provinces. NHA General Manager Sinforoso Pagunsan admits their budget of 30 billion pesos is too small. He says they cannot immediately relocate and compensate evicted informal settlers in private-owned lands like Pag-asa compound.
In that case, in the case of NHA, we are budget-driven. When we are given money by the government, there is a specific project, and this apparently does not include that which we have in Culiap.
The NHA suggests the next administration should keep its promise of transferring informal settlers to new centers of growth in the countryside. This will decongest Metro Manila, lessen demolitions, and strike the balance between the rights of private landowners and citizens like Marilyn. Rex Remitio, CNN Philippines.